Friday. So hey,
here we come.
Hey,
here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
Here we go.
We ready?
Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
you're live.
Here we go. Here we go.
And we back.
Yay.
And you said, let's act like we got some sense.
Yes.
Why?
Why would I do that?
You hear it? It's twitching.
This is like, you two are just like twinnies, okay? So, just the behavior. I'm like, what is happening? It's too early.
Hey, it's Flip the Script Friday. Ain't no telling what's going to happen today.
Oh, no.
Ain't no telling.
I know. Believe me. The shenanigans started before the show, so
always.
I really don't know now.
Always.
Let's see who is.
Welcome to Me
hey
Moments
there,
in the
beautiful
morning.
gods and goddesses. Welcome to Me Moments in the morning.
We in the morning.
Woo. So look, we've been saying that some shift is going on up in here, right? So since we got some shift going on, I'm just saying today, can we just flip the script on some shift? Ooh. I kept trying to say that yesterday. I was like, it's gonna come out.
I'm so grateful it came out the way it did. Thank you so much, Tracy. I love you, man.
Shift.
I love you too.
I love me some Tracy.
But I'm just thinking, it's been a lot of shift happening lately, and I just felt like it's time for us to flip the script. So let's flip the script a little bit today. Let me read you Oxford's definition of flipping the script. I was like, why does Oxford have a definition of flip the script?
Because they have it.
I was going to the Urban Dictionary looking, and I was like,
clarity. We need some clarity.
Okay, Oxford. And they said flip the script is to reverse the usual or existing positions in a situation, or to do something unexpected or revolutionary.
Oh,
what could that be, y'all? What could that be? So I'm just saying, let's do it. Let's flip the script on some shift.
Okay, let's do it.
Flip it. Hey, Auntie Joyce. There's a few people up in here today. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Do we need to flip the script on some things, though? I think we need to flip the script. And the visual that I get is like somebody taking the table and just flipping it. And like, you will do it.
Those moments of
we're making some changes up in here. I'm flipping the table. What you say,
those moments. I watch those on TV all the time. I watch on Empire. I remember Cookie. I love channeling Cookie for certain things I can't do. I remember seeing like she just dragged the whole tablecloth with the food and just walk out. I was just like, yes. She said everything you wanted to say.
Yeah,
out.
Taraji is a beast. Taraji is a beast. I love her as an actress. She is a beast.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta channel something if you can't do it yourself.
Channeling Cookie. There you go. That's a flip the script move. That's a flip the script move for a lot of folks.
I feel like I'm gonna show you.
We're gonna change the energy, change the environment in this area where I need to do some flipping and scripting. Because you got to rewrite. Once you flip, you got to rewrite. So that's the script.
That's right. Right. Or have your script already ready. And this how we flip. This how we gonna do it. This how we gonna flip the script, y'all. We gonna flip the script. Don't ask me why I'm so silly in a silly mood. I'm just in a silly mood. I don't know.
It's Friday, not Friday. It's Friday.
Friday. Yep. Friday. That's what it is.
It is flip the script Friday. Friday.
We've seen those moments. You never know when it's coming, though. So sometimes we can tell. There's some facial expression, there's some moves. If you don't know what's going to happen, you can see it in some people. You're like, oh no, oh no. Oh
Yeah,
no.
I like those moments where you like in a group situation and you see it coming, but the other folks don't.
Nope.
So you step back a little bit, and ain't
Like,
nobody figuring out why you stepping back yet.
Oh, that happened a lot in these weird, extended remix conference meetings when we were meeting in person. But my old job, one, and they were both on the same level. They were two SVPs, and
Yeah.
the gentleman just kind of, and I'm being nice by saying gentleman, but he said something, and it just came out all 5 ways wrong, and it was directed toward my boss, who is female. And I remember quietly, because people, they love, in corporate America, love the hierarchy. If you're not this person, if you're not on this level, then you shouldn't be talking to that person, and blah blah. I was thinking, no, I'm just as educated as anybody around here. I don't care about your title, whatever. So I walked I spoke to him afterwards and was like, now honestly, would you want someone to talk to you? I understand the point you were trying to make, but should you have made it in front of all of us?
Right.
And do I think maybe either later on that day or the following day, he apologized. And my boss was like, and I think I have you to thank. I was like, yes, because the church lady is here. That's right. The church lady is here. There you go. There you go. Like, I didn't even bring Jesus into it. I was just like, would you talk to anybody like that? Forget that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait, isn't the church lady a character from Living Color? What was it? What was the church? Remember the church lady?
Yes.
Oh my God. When you said that, I was like, that's a flip the script right there. You remember the church lady, y'all?
She would check people too.
Like, check it.
I love it. I love it. No, but we've got to do that. And that's good, Tracy. You said have the script ready that you're going to do after you flip things. And how do you do that? How would you do that? How would you have that script ready already? What would you suggest?
Well, when especially when there's look, I'm gonna take y'all back to nursing school with me. And I gotta say, hey Ebony. So I went to Case Western Reserve, first of all, and there were 9 of us, 9 Black folks in the bachelor's nursing program. That's a big number for y'all, just so you know. That's huge. They never had 9 people, 9 of us at one time inside of that program, right? And we had this one class, and we were towards the end. And I was, at the time, I was president of the Ohio Nursing Students Association. So I went and I was on, I represented the state at a conference, a national conference. And so I come back and they're like, oh, we're going to make the announcements for our speaker for graduation. And I was like, is that what we're getting ready to do? Because mind you, my people always in my corner, right? I love y'all. So they said, well, wait a minute. We didn't even see your name on the ballot. And I said, excuse me, I nominated you and I didn't see your name on the ballot when we voted. So I was like, oh, that's all right. I got something for y'all, right? So we had another class later on that day. So during the class, she said, oh, I'm going to make the announcement now. I said, excuse me. Before you make that announcement, I'd like to say that somebody said that they nominated me, but did not see my name on the ballot. Ebony is sitting. Now, I'm trying to flip the script nicely, but Ebony is sitting next to me cracking up. She was like, hell no, this is not happening. This is not happening. I was like, so in all fairness, I think we should vote again right now.
We down.
Do not play with a goddess. Do not play with a goddess. Ooh. And so she, yes, all right. Well, yeah, I think that's only fair.
That is fair.
Let's do
fair.
it. Had to flip the script. That's how you just know, like you just have to, there's some things you have to do to just stand up for yourself in every area. You should be standing up for yourself. That was the time I just decided to do it. And we flipped the script, and your girl is the graduating speaker. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Come on. Talk about it.
There were some people pissed off. I'm talking about to the highest levels of
because it's me. I'm next. How dare you? That was
But
not the
yes,
moment to
come
be
on.
modest.
Well,
I'm not gonna
it's
be modest
excellent
about
when
this.
you can
Woo.
be an advocate for yourself. That is
Yes,
imperative
absolutely.
to
Yeah,
do that. And
Yes.
that's a goddess way to slay.
that's a move.
Right? I'm telling you. I've been slaying all my life. I didn't even know. I didn't even
That's a
know, y'all.
move.
I'm slaying.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Marie, how have you flipped the script?
How have I flipped the script? My move are more subtle, and Tracy knows that by now. Sometimes you don't even see it.
and it's funny, because now that I know her, I laugh.
You
And
like
like
to.
people are like, why is she laughing? That ain't funny. It's funny.
When you know.
It's
You know,
funny. It's
you
funny.
don't see it.
Because
You
you
don't
just
see it
see some
happen.
things coming and I'm like, I'm that person. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm stepping back. Y'all don't see it coming, but I see it.
You don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I think for me, when it's happening, sometimes you don't always know this is the moment, right? Because sometimes people ask
Right.
you, when did you know? When did this happen? Because you just see what you're doing as just normal. Well, it's just
Right.
normal. And so,
Mm-hmm.
again, for many of us, we started younger. Like for me, in my own way, I'm starting to honor my own quiet way of leading and being a leader because we're surrounded by people who are so like flamboyant and showy. They're always talking about like I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm just like, where? Versus you have people doing things. I'm more of a background person, so I do a lot of things and recognize there's still value in
It
being
is.
behind the scene, and I choose when to
Yeah.
show up. They don't tell me when to show up. So if I choose to be in that position, I am. And so a lot of time people, because of the quietness, they don't see it coming. And so there are times when I'm like, I don't have time for whatever this is, and I'm just gonna say it. And then for some people, it's like, oh, I thought I was gonna get a paragraph or something, and I'm just like, that's a no. I can't do it. And I think when I was younger, I see a lot of spaces that I was in. So women, for example, were always talking about, and adults do it too. They're always talking about young people, young people this, young people that. And I'm always in spaces where I'm like, we can speak for ourselves, right? And so at that time, I decided to start a nonprofit organization. I wanted it to be run by girls, for girls, about girls. And so I only wanted girls. I mean, we can have supporters who are adults and women as allies, but we can make decisions. So for us to be always saying like, you can be anything, you can be that, but only if I give you permission to speak, or only if I create a little space for you. So I thought, you know what?
A caveat.
We're going to start our own thing. So I literally, reach out to young women that I knew from different programs. And I'm like, we are starting our own thing. We get to invite the adults in that we want,
Right.
but we make decisions about everything, including what we talk about, issues that we care about. And we don't need permission from, and then you still see that now, like being talked about as if we're not even here. And so they do that to us. Other people do that to grown women where they're making decisions about our lives as if.
Right. Excuse me. Right.
And so we still waiting to think like they're going to say, oh, let them in. We are past that. At some point, you have to decide, is it going to be a demand? Is it going to be, I'm just going to do it? Or is it just going to be, I'm going to wait and see how long? How long do we have to wait and see? And so I'm done. And sometimes the stuff come out when you like, you've had enough because we tolerate so much. I tolerate so much where this is not the year. This is not the year to even try anything with me at all. Not the time, not the year, not the season.
Not the place.
Not at all. And so I think when you ground it in that, I think people knows it.
Yeah, and I think some people can get intimidated by how you speak up and advocate for yourself and then for others. I've had that behavior with me since childhood, and I'm grateful to hear. And as a teenager, you started this non-for-profit?
I sure did.
Oh my God. What was the name of it?
It's the Girls Project. And that was even before I knew Tracy, because Girls is growing individuals reacting to life struggles. So it was about us, all the different things we were dealing with. And there were a lot of things going on, again, talking about, women with organization. I was part of a lot of girls serving groups. And I'm thinking, if we're going to do it, why can't we do it? And then, the thing I realized with adults and others is they talk about sharing, but they don't really know how to be collaborative and share power for real for people who are not in the same. And imagine a young person to be that. And I was lucky enough, there were adults who saw potential in me, even as a quiet person who did not
Yes.
dismiss me because I'm not talking every time. And they will give me opportunity to be on boards or sit on different, platform and share my views
Mhm.
however that I could do it. And so when they're in a position and they say, oh, I can see Tracy do this. They're like, Tracy is our speaker today. Bring another person in and be like, I'm going to have her share some thoughts today. And I'm still here. I'm still who I am. But that person today is going to be in the spotlight. And I get to do that in my own way in terms of I don't need to be the center of attention. Like I already
Mhm.
know who I am. But if you see somebody's missing, somebody's not getting the proper, due or the attention. And a lot of people, even now, are doing things behind the scene. We just love talking about these are our heroes. We value them. But truly, how are we showing that?
Right.
Wow.
And you got to
Okay.
show that. It's not enough to just be like the accolades. I love the accolades, right? The compliments always coming. But when a true opportunity comes, those people you don't see enough. There are some that are there, but it's not enough. And even that example you gave about being in that meeting, you don't know how many meetings I've been in when I thought a woman or a man was going to say something because of how somebody talked to me or treated me. Nothing.
And
Nothing
No
until
one,
after
no
the
one
meeting.
stepped
I'm
up
like,
and said anything.
and see, and that's the thing. In that
Wow.
type of environment, you have to learn to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to. You have
Mhm.
to. Yes,
You
you
do.
gain supporters though. I had people
Mhm.
around me. I was like, so okay, this is okay. Y'all got my back with this, right? Just in case they try to say something crazy,
Mhm.
because I'm gonna
Mhm.
say, I have to say something.
Yeah.
I would have been remiss if I didn't, because it wasn't right. You wait till I leave to go on
Yeah.
to go represent the state.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something for us. And you decide that you're going to take this opportunity to try to stab me in the back. Oh no, boo-boo. It's not happening like that. It's not happening like that.
Yeah,
And Marie, I was thinking as you were talking, even, I'm like, you know what, that happens in so many different arenas. Like there's this saying that, nurses eat their young. We don't like saying that out loud, right? But it's
right.
I'm like, why? Why?
Not supposed to.
But it happens everywhere.
Mhm.
People like to say things like, oh well, that's just them, those millennials over there. I love millennials, man. They are not taking your bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Excuse me, Val. They are not taking your shit. They're not taking it.
Nope.
And they
Right.
stand up for themselves. And I love it. I love talking to my children about different things, because they all will tell you in their own way. Okay, look, let me just say this to you.
We're not taking it.
All right, Ma, let me just put it like this. And even my daughter the other day, because there are certain people that I want in my space, right? I want people to live free and, just have all of these ideals. And I want them to slay for themselves. I really do. And I want the people in my age group to actually do it. My daughter said to me, you know what? The problem is you're a unicorn. She didn't call me a unicorn. She said, she used another word, but that's what I was thinking. She was like, you do things a certain way, but other people in your age group don't think like you or don't move like you. And I was like, okay, right. So she said, you need to think differently about who your real audience is. And I was like,
whoa, right now.
Okay. I was
right,
like, did she just flip the script on me?
Yes, she did.
Tell you.
In a loving way.
Okay,
In a loving way. She
in a
complimented
loving way,
you.
though. But she was like, I know you want to help them, but it's just
It's
like
true.
anybody else. You keep wanting to help the whole world,
Yeah.
and the whole world not ready to receive your help. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. I love my babies. I love my babies.
And I wonder where they got that from. Where did they get that from?
That boldness,
What?
that brass,
Honey. Like,
sass.
okay.
I'm gonna
All
tell you.
right.
And at least you were ready to receive it, because a lot of adults don't, right? Even little anyone around you, right? And you might just brush it up because what do you know? But at least you're open,
Oh, all the time, yeah. And you're right. I taught them that. I'm like, you speak up. Don't let people fool you. All those little
until
things.
It's you, then you're like,
your kids, and then it's like, so I'm like, are you turning my stuff? You turning on me?
Yes.
But it was a good thing. It was a good thing.
Oh my gosh. It just, I think I've always been an advocate for, especially the person that didn't speak up. I know when I was in grammar school, My close friend, even to this day, she taught me how to physically fight because I didn't know how to fight. I swam fight because I didn't have nobody to teach me that. But I was in school and people would get bullied. And what would happen is that the kids that would come, they would come to myself and they would come to my other friend. And what we do, we would go beat up the bully. And so it was like we would advocate for. We didn't know we were doing that. We didn't. That word was a little bit too big for our third or fourth grade brains. But we were like, we would advocate like, who's beating you up? Who's taking your lunch money? Who's saying this to you? And there was just one kid. He did something really lewd to another person. And I saw him in the lunchroom and I went like this and he started running and they were like, oh my gosh, that crazy girl Val. And I grabbed him and drug him across the lunchroom table and put him in the garbage can. Yeah, I did detention or something crazy for that. But he apologized. I don't know. He didn't apologize. He just didn't mess with me or the person that he had done something to. But that's a physical way of advocating and flipping the script. I don't do that now. Another way, I used to lead a singing group, and a lot of times, because I was a woman, it was like, well, why, where's the guy that leads you? I'm like, no, I should lead this. It's okay if I'm leading it. And I used to bump heads a lot with the person that was over us, and I was like, if we're not going to, speak up, if you're not going to speak up for this group, I am going to speak up. Mm-hmm. And I had to stay in the pocket because, a lot of people were like, they would leave. They would be like, we're not dealing with this, Val. I'm just going to leave. But I'm like, no, I want my voice to be heard. And I want our voice to be heard, in a choir situation. So let it happen. And because I stayed and because I advocated, things changed. And I was really happy about that. And it takes patience to flip a script. Because the script, you might have written the script and it takes a minute for it to be, enacted. And you're like, oh, why is it taking so long? But once it was enacted, I saw changes. I saw all things. And I was like, now see, this is what. And I was so grateful because I kept speaking up. I kept putting, now a lot of times I would speak up and it was goofy. And then people were like, no, you shouldn't do it like that. You shouldn't flip the script like that. I'm like, all right. But I found different ways to do it because you have to do that to keep your job, to keep wherever you're at. And thank you. And even in running your business, you don't want to flip a script on a client, someone that's paying you. There's got to be a way that you're able to go and say and talk to them and let them know what you want and demand that. And I love it, Tracy, when you were like, my daughter just flipped the script in a nice way. And Marie, you were ready to receive it. We've got to be ready to receive whatever, if someone flips on us that we're able to go, oh, okay, well, what are you giving me? Like I got Marie flipped the script on me. Value, you need to charge more for what you provide. It's just straight face. I'm like,
not think about it. Just do it.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Do it.
You're doing all of this stuff and you charging $5, boo. No, that's not gonna happen. No.
That's enough.
How you gonna live? How is your gift making room for you?
Exactly.
And the thing is, this is where you ask the person their own question too. I was just like, Val knows. Like, what?
That's a good way to flip the script though. When they go, and it's like, you off script. So let me flip it back so you understand. Like, this is what I'm saying to you. And I love, Val, what you said.
I love it. Off script. Thank you, Director Tracy.
You all script, boo. Yep. Come on back over here.
Come on, read the script here. There you go.
I love that you said, let it happen though. Let it happen. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like if things won't change unless we allow and wait for those moments. And now that I'm older, I've learned to just kind of hold off because that door, that window is gonna open just at the right time. And then you're just gonna be like, bing, there it is. And then you know. And then
you know. If you know, you know.
And that comes with wisdom, that comes with time, that comes with dealing in many spaces, many workspaces, many corporate spaces, many personal spaces. Woo. All of that. You learn and you take and you gather all of that information and you use it to be an advocate. And I'm loving it that we are able to literally, This is a wonderful way to slay. Stand up for yourself and flip the script. Things are not flipping in the way that you want it. You either you change the flip or you go to another script. I don't know. You figure it out.
Or you just create
Whatever
your
it is, do something. That's the
Do
thing.
something.
Do
That's
something.
the key. Do
Or
something.
you
Right.
create it, or you create it. But I do think, and it's perfectly doing it. You know, we've been doing this throughout the whole year, like in everything that we do. So I think people think there's a particular time, and I think we undervalue, or sometimes we just dismiss our lived experiences. We think somebody's gonna train us or show you how, but the stuff you live through, that's where the lessons are. And so you don't want to downplay them and keep looking at other people to make it make sense. And sometimes it doesn't. But what you've gone through, what you've experienced, because when you flip, that's not because it's happening that one time. It's because it have happened, and this is the moment where you know what?
Right.
Done.
Say that. Say that again. Say that again, Marie.
So
Say
it's
that
right.
again.
But they never ready
Because
for
you've
that
been
moment.
tolerating it, right? Go ahead, Marie.
Going, and then you just like, and you too also, because you reach that limit, because you've been taking it, be like, let me just give them make they don't know they had a bad day. Maybe you coming up with excuses as to why you should keep tolerating this, or that's what you deserve. And at some point, you literally have to check yourself and be like, no, this is unacceptable, especially when you're around people where you're thinking, again, you should know better. And as an adult, I'm thinking, if I'm going through this and not even one of you have the courage to check one of your people next to you, and yet you're talking about all these beautiful statements about equity and inclusiveness and diversity and fairness, and we all fair, those places where they're like, we all just whatever. But I'm like,
our family.
Right. But the culture you're creating, the culture where no one can say something, and you're creating a culture of silence, even when you're witnessing things that are horrible. And these are people that are looked at as progressive. They're so kind. They have this public image of them where everybody thinks, but behind closed doors, that is not the person. So if you're there,
and they are a nightmare.
Yeah, I would risk my paycheck. Now, I don't expect other people to risk their paycheck, but I would risk mine, because that person, that experience that you think, they're just going to brush it off, it's going to traumatize them for a while. And they may leave, just like the choir. They may just up and leave and be like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. But they will never forget those, ever.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And we have got to learn how to be an advocate for ourselves before we're able to be advocates for others. And it's a wonderful.
But sometimes though.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Marie. Val.
No, but I'm just saying
Marie
that
got snatched out and something went on. But I was gonna say sometimes it's easier for us to advocate for others before it is for ourselves. So some people do, even they learn the lesson, but they might learn it in a backwards kind of way, and it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for the lessons learned in the areas where, especially in my work life, where I had to learn the right words to say in order to where I didn't, go to a point where I would curse somebody out to the point where I would lose my job. No. I want to be able to, defend the actions that I'm doing in my job
without dragging people across the table and throw them in the trash can.
Thank you. We don't want to go back to the 3rd and 4th grade. No, we grown. We don't do that no more. If someone no, we're not, but it's not the schoolyard, and you're not trying to fight against the schoolyard bully anymore.
Right.
Although there are corporate bullies. There are bullies. I know there were bullies at your hospital when you were in nursing. There were some bullies there, right?
Oh yeah. At the house, they're everywhere. And so, and I'm grateful for who I am and how I learned over time to stand up for people, because I'm the quiet one to sit down. I used to be so quiet. Like,
that's hard to believe.
I remember one time.
That's extremely hard to believe, Cheerleader Tracy.
I know,
that is very hard to believe, Cheerleader
Nobody
Tracy.
believes me. That's all right. My mama know. My mama and them know. Mom and them know.
I
was so quiet. I remember there was a whole bunch of kids, cousins and all of that, at my grandmother's, and my auntie said, y'all want some ice cream? Everybody wants ice cream. Everybody jumping up. Yeah. I just sat there. I was like, She was like, do you want some ice cream, baby? I said, yeah. She was like, you know, you got to get up. And I was like, I don't know. I was waiting for somebody to tell me it was okay to move. You know, I don't know.
I ain't never been that
person.
Yeah.
Just but learning over time that it is important to stand up for myself as well as other people was it was life changing. Once you learn to do it, you know.
Yeah,
it is.
And it's an important thing to develop. Right? Flipping the script, y'all, is important. It's important.
Well, we're giving you permission. We're giving you permission. Hey, Belinda, you have permission. And again, I think seeing others around me, because I channel people who do things boldly, like women, men, and even though I do things in my own ways because of what I may see one of them doing, that I'm like, you know what, next time. And there are always a few that are with you. And I think sometimes we don't see them. It's the people without the titles. It's the people who've been there a long time, and they can take you under their wings and remind you shouldn't go, that you should stay, that you do bring value here, even if they don't see it yet. But at some point, you yourself have to decide, do I really want to be in this situation? Is this the environment for me? Just to make a point, because at the end of the day, to go back to either one of the Nowism or affirmation, my sanity. I had to choose my sanity over saving the world.
Yes.
Or saving anyone else, because I was able to save other people except me. If I see something happening, I could come to your rescue, but I could never rescue me. And very few people come to my rescue.
And that's that piece right there that I'm talking about, Val. Some people cannot do it for themselves, but they can advocate for other people all day, every day. You're like, wait a minute, what about you?
Yeah.
And that's the hard part. That's the hard part. Because you're like, oh my God, I should be able to, right? But again, you are that defender of other people. But you're thinking, because I've done it, there will be some level of reciprocity where somebody else will come for me and
don't even expect that. Let's take that right off the table, because don't expect it. Well, it will be reciprocated in a different way,
right?
But
not the same, right?
The universe, expect spirit, your ancestors, your God, whoever, to take care of that part. Don't expect it to be reciprocated from the person that you did it for. Yeah. It just never happens that way. Just don't expect it.
Yeah. But if you're going to do it. Like, there are certain things I do it in the moment. I think just like many of you, when I heard your story, because it was the right thing to do. And there are sometimes I'm telling you, quiet or not quiet, I just could not help myself in that moment where I'm just like, no. So, and then you realize none of them are going to do anything. And you're sitting there like, so I'm the only one seeing this? You don't see this happening.
Right, because there's a lot of times people are just scared of it. It's like, all right, so let me just say, and I always find myself being that person anymore. Let me just say this. And then you can see the relief though in other people's faces. Like I just remember like sitting around the whole table with the rest of the leaders in administration, and it's like, oh God, I'm glad she said that. Some people are like, she really said that. Okay.
Here we go.
So yeah,
brace yourself. Brace yourself.
All right, y'all. It is Flip the Script Friday. Let us know. What are you flipping the script on? What is it that you need to flip the script on? What do you need? Do you need some help flipping the script? I don't know, but I know it's time to go.
And and again, I think people, let us know when you flip the script, and if
let us know when you do it, right? Just be like, what? I
want to hear those stories.
This piece right here, I gotta share it. All right. So thank you all for joining us today. And thank you for putting up the Right Now experience, which is coming up soon. Oh my gosh. I'm like, it's less than 2 months now. April 29th through May 2nd, we are writing our Her anthology. It's going to be the first of many, I know. And I'm so excited about doing it with you goddesses. Come on out to Vegas so we can eat, we can play, we can slay, we can write. We just going to have us a good time. And don't plan on sleeping. Sleep before you get here. Sleep on the plane. Whatever you got to do. But come ready. And you can find out more information about it at slayrightnow.com. The link is in the chat, and it will be in the description, definitely. Now, we are heading over to the club because we want to share more of these me moments in the morning. So we're going over to Clubhouse. Come on over to the Slay Ground and slay with us. The link is also there available for you. And we had a good time today, didn't we, goddesses?
Yes, we did. Yes, we
had a
did.
good
That's
time
what we're
today.
talking about. Yeah.
And listen, we're going to have a good time tonight, too, because we are doing Sip After Dark tonight. We're going to do Sip After Dark. So come to the club, and we'll tell you about that. And be on the lookout, because I'll send a link for that too. Sip After Dark. Bring your wine, bring your chocolate, whatever you're bringing. I think I'm having a little sushi with mine tonight.
All the snacks.
So tonight, though, look. So it is. It's wine, wins, and whatever come up. Whatever, you know, we a little cray today. We flipping the script on some things. So whatever come up, that's what come up tonight, baby. That's what come up tonight. And come and be ready to share your theme song. What is your theme song? Do you have a theme song right now? Do you have a theme song of your life? I don't know. But let's play our theme song. We love you, and we'll see you this time tomorrow. Bye. Bye, goddesses.